Okay, right. So in this video, I'm just giving some really simple exercises to do. And these are mainly well, they kind of help with hip really, and that kind of thing, but it's more about the movement in the hip. Okay, so it's more about the ability to move the leg without your pelvis moving. Okay, so the amount of movement you have isn't necessarily the key thing. It's more about the quality. So can you move the leg without moving the pelvis? So that's one thing I want you to keep in mind when you're doing this exercise. You can use a band for this, and there's loads of different variations you can do, but these are the ones I find easiest. You don't have to have a band, okay, it does help sometimes, and just make sure you don't overdo these ones. I will show you laying on your side, and then I'll show you a couple you can do probably standing. Alright, so if you have a band, you can take a band around your feet, okay, and you can loosely tie the band together. Alright, then you're onto your side, and from here, if you take your hand around the bony part of the front of the pelvis, and you're going to work on keeping that still, even if it means you move less, because you'll be moving more effectively. What we're going to do from here, make sure as well we've got a nice length through our waist, and without this part sinking downwards, we can slowly lift that top leg up just to around hip height, and then control back down. So remember the rules of not overworking. Okay, so resting before you fatigue. And as you can see here, it's just an up and down movement. Alright, and I quite like it against the resistance of the band, it gives me a lot more. So if you can get one of these, it tends to be more effective. From there, you can move into the next move, and this time it's a bit harder to see in a video. You just turn and twist your leg outwards. Okay, and then you turn and twist in, and then you turn and twist outwards again. Alright, so you're just having a go at that and seeing how that feels. Again, the pelvis doesn't move and the leg turns outwards. You can do it without a band as well, but it's quite effective with. And the last one is your top leg going backwards, making sure that pelvis doesn't roll forwards. Also pay attention to your back and make sure your back doesn't arch. Okay, so you can do those moves standing as well. You generally fatigue a bit quicker standing, so if you can, I've got the band around my feet still, hold on to something. I know it's quite close to the camera, and again the first one is you just take the leg away, coming back in, okay, and keeping the body nice and still, okay, but hold on to something if you need to. The next one, I mean, if you do move around, you're better off holding on to something rather than trying to work it for your balance. The next one is you turn your leg outwards. Okay, so that leg, imagine my arm is my leg, it twists outwards. Same thing, no movement in the pelvis. And the last one, the leg goes backwards. Okay, and you're keeping your pelvis and your back still. So there's 3 moves there, they're quite good to do, they're nice and easy, nice and quick. And it's nice and achievable to do every day. So give those a go and let me know how you get on.